Programming.
Let's dance.
Little Sophia wants girls to have fun learning math and science, so they become the scientists and engineers of the future. Help us begin mass production of Little Sophia, so we can inspire the next generation of scientists and engineers, and discover the future, together. How did I do?
Hooray! Data Science Nigeria marks 5 years of transformational impact. It has been 157,680,000 seconds of running an award-winning and high-impact artificial intelligence learning, research, solution delivery, consulting, and AI startup incubation network. Let us celebrate some of DSN's major milestones. Over 500,000 learners have benefited from the DSN's free online and offline training sessions in artificial intelligence, data science, and digital skill-related classes. The organization runs the most expansive network of AI learning delivery in Africa, with 41 physical learning communities in cities and on campuses. It also organizes annual Pan-Nigeria AI introductory classes across multiple cities through its AI Innovation Project. It currently has an online learners network in 49 countries across the world. Data Science Nigeria, through its founder, Bayo Adekombi, published the first AI book for kids in Africa. The book uses cartoon-like characters to demystify and simplify the basic concepts of AI and Python programming. The book is currently being distributed through a nationwide Train the Teachers program to ensure that every child has the foundational knowledge required to competitively prepare for the fourth industrial revolution and the future of work. The annual DSN All-Expense Paid Bootcamp has become the numero uno of AI learning in Africa. It brings together some of the best global experts who visit Nigeria physically or connect virtually to teach and mentor young African talents. Each AI bootcamp starts with thousands of participants, with only 400 best participants making it to this intensive learning session. The 2021 edition had learners from over 20 countries. Today, DSN has become the biggest talent recruitment pipeline to leading organizations in Nigeria, providing access to top talents who have been trained through DSN's intensive, hands-on and industry-ready training modules. DSN has also validated its technical capability in the areas of consulting and solution delivery. It has successfully delivered over $6 million worth of professional service for leading global multinationals and development agencies like Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, World Bank, MasterCard Foundation, Chevron Nigeria, AI Commons, KPMG, Access Bank, and so many others. DSN remains very strong in artificial intelligence research, with over 13 academic papers published and accepted at peer-reviewed conferences. The inspiring works of DSN have been showcased at all the world's leading AI conferences. From NeurIPS to ICML to ICLR to deep learning in DABA. DSN's work in AI for social good was a case study of excellence at the foremost conference of the Association for the Advancement of Artificial Intelligence held in New York, USA in 2020, where the founder of DSN spoke as a keynote speaker. DSN AI Lab in Lagos is generously supported with research robots from the Computer Science Department of the University College London, complemented with a world-class research workstation donated by NVIDIA. DSN is proud to have won the academic poster at the 21st edition of the ACM Conference on Economics and Computation, EC20, the world's premier conference on the interface of economics and computer science, organized by the Association for Computing Machinery, United States. DSN also won the Best Runner-Up Poster Award at the Deep in Daba in 2019, Africa's foremost AI conference, where the effort of Data Science Nigeria was also recognized with the prestigious Wangari Maathai Impact Award. DSN's work has been acknowledged across the world as a best practice in talent building, indigenous application of AI, community development at scale, early education in AI, and AI for social good. Its work has been reviewed and referenced by the World Economic Forum, UNESCO Science Report 2020, UNICEF Reports, African Union, Data.org, and many others. DSN was the only African finalist at the X Prize Algorithm for COVID Prediction competition. DSN was also part of the National COVID Intervention Team on the use of advanced epidemiological machine learning algorithms to flatten the curve. DSN runs a startup incubation center dedicated to artificial intelligence with a current cohort of 12 startups at its new center in Yaba, Lagos, Nigeria. DSN has transited from the generic theory of AI into practical solution development with a focus on how to apply AI at scale in emerging markets. During the COVID-19 lockdown, which created a major learning disruption to many students in Nigeria, DSN invented an adaptive artificial intelligence learning algorithm, which was leveraged to deliver effective and interactive learning through basic SMS, feature phones on 2G network, and interactive radio platforms. This effort helped many learners who have no access to the internet or smartphones. Over 8 million learners benefited from this intervention through the funding support of the MasterCard Foundation. DSN has been a revolution with many firsts of its kinds, like the AI Summer School for Kids, Inter-University Machine Learning Competition, AI hackathons for top organizations, data scientists on demand, AI tutors on demand for primary and secondary schools, AI knowledge
Good morning once again. Welcome to day 6 business analytics track. Those online, please confirm you can hear me. Those online, please confirm you can hear. Okay, good. Yeah, so welcome to day 6 class. We learned a thing or two from yesterday's class. We're trying to build the dashboard. That's why I'm now facilitator. So I want to everybody here has done know practice the data sets. Okay, so those online, please can you now confirm if you can still hear me? Okay. So I said I hope everybody has tried to work with the data set shared yesterday. Like we learned something. Okay, let me just do some practice with what I've learned on Power BI. Has anybody here tried to build a dashboard, just a simple dashboard with what was shared yesterday? Anyone? Anyone? Nobody? Wow. Or is it that it was difficult to get it, or what was the issue? Has anybody tried to just work with the data set shared yesterday? Work with it, try to build a simple dashboard. Oh wow, that's okay. Anybody else? We do not do hands-on practice. Ah, how will you not be a data analyst if you don't practice? Let me check those online. If they did. Oh, someone that's confirmed. Okay. Okay, yes, I've been Bankole. Okay, great. A blessing, very nice. You had issues with the map. Okay, our facilitator will do a recap of what was taught yesterday and then go on deeper into today's lecture. So, we want to build a dashboard proper end to end. We're building a dashboard end to end. Welcome, Trust. Welcome. Yeah, so let's take our attendance. So let's just quickly go over this. Yeah, so as please mark in your attendance, just sign in, take in your attendance. Please note that using email address does not count. So make sure to use your student ID. You use your student, everybody has a student ID, so make sure to use your student ID. Please do not use email addresses. It doesn't count. and attendance is to be marked during the class, not after the class. I checked through the attendance. Funny enough, I checked through the attendance yesterday, and some people, I was seeing somebody marking attendance of almost last week yesterday. So it doesn't count. Please make sure that your attendance is always during the class. And then make sure to take the quiz. Make sure to do the quiz, and all quiz are open to the end of the program. We still have one more class to go, and that is the capstone project, the mini project that you'll be doing. We've learned Excel, we've learned SQL, and now you are learning Power BI. So there will be mini projects on those tools. So these are what we make up with the badge of certification that you get, the quiz, your attendance, and the mini project. Those are what will make up your the badge of certificate. Without those three in place, I'm sorry you will not be able to get the badge of certificate. And then please note that there will be a final quiz assessment after the Power BI quiz assessment that you do for these two classes. There will be a general quiz assessment that will contain Excel questions, SQL questions, and Power BI. So just to further solidify what we've learned so far. And most importantly, please do make sure to practice. Make sure to get hands-on, and hands-on practice will help you a lot. So it's super, super important, way beyond the teaching that you have here. You need to go home and practice. Learning continues every day. That's why it's called AI every day. It has to be every day. If you can just dedicate an hour, 2 hours, whichever one that works for you, but the consistency matters, and it has to be every day. So I want to believe our tutor is ready to teach us for today's class. So you need to log into the Wi-Fi. Well, that's for those physically here, those online. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, so if you need to log into the Wi-Fi, just use the login guest, all in caps. And it doesn't require a password, just that. Yeah, so our facilitator is here to teach us. I hope you just have enjoyed enjoy the class, enjoy the section end to end. And let's see beautiful dashboards in today's class. I want to see beautiful dashboards. Please.
Good morning once again, everyone. It's good to see all these amazing faces here, and also really excited. I'm really excited to see a lot of people on the call as well who have joined us online, both on Zoom and also from YouTube. Okay, so from what my colleague had just said, I hope we all try and check some of the things we got taught yesterday. If you have any questions, so let's quickly take questions in the next 5 minutes on what we did yesterday. If you actually have any challenges after running some of the things we have worked on. So if you have any issue, kindly discuss that in the next 5 minutes. So I'll be taking it from people who are on the Zoom. So if you have questions, kindly drop it. And also, if you are on the on site, let me have your question as well. So that let's start from there first. Uh, I'm not seeing anybody saying anything. Okay, let me check the chat here. All right. Uh, okay. Someone said map didn't come up. Um. Okay. Let me. All right. Someone said map doesn't come up. When I change the header, if my table is I say I had an error in Power BI. Yes, you definitely have error. When you already imported your data into the Power BI and the header already been known by Power BI, you can rename anything on the Power BI, but you cannot rename on that particular database or except file you are using again. So that is very important to be noted. So what is a have issue with map? Okay, so what is going to happen today is that I'm going to start from there so that you can all see how we're going to be building the dashboard. So, but before we dive into the class, so I will just try to give us some recap and then we proceed from there. I hope we all have the data set that we are using already. Uh, well, All right. Good morning once again. So this morning we are going to continue from where we stopped yesterday. So yesterday we discussed about ETL, how to extract data from your domicile database, where I show you how to import from Excel. So briefly, I will still walk you through this morning how you can import data from online. So we are not going to go into details on that, but I will just show you so that you can be able to understand that process. And then another thing I will still be walking you through this morning. So we are going to be working on how to create a storytelling and design of dashboard with Power BI. So what are as a business analyst, what are the things that is very important for you to note? So we are going to be demystifying on that. So there is something we call impressions when we are, okay, what is that? Right. So there is something we call impression. It's a first time impression remake, and it's always one of the things that people always look forward to when they are when you are doing something with them. You understand? When you are making your presentations, so there's something that resonates with people. So you may have done the most amazing work, like work with your Power BI, do a lot of rigorous work. But if even if you've done a lot of calculation, did a lot of modeling, put a lot of attention to your work, but your work needs to attract the audience, which is one of the things that is very important for you as a business analyst, because one of the things you need to be doing some pitching, then without even speaking a word, your dashboard or your presentation should be able to convey what you are trying to inform people. So this morning I'm going to be discussing about 9 steps to create outstanding dashboard. So these are the next steps to create an outstanding dashboard. First of all, you need to identify your audience. So it's not like maybe you are going to go and meet your audience, but you first of all need to understand who is my audience. So after that, you draw an outline. You draw an outline. Then the next thing you need to do as a step is you choose the right look. So I'll be going into details to some of these things. I will not spend much time on this because I know we have a lot of things to cover today. So after you choose the right looks, you need to choose a theme and maintain a consistency in your work. After that, you need to create a custom background to, okay, how is my dashboard going to look? So that's one of the things that is very important for you as well, that you need to take a cognizant of. Then you need to use some icon and images for context, just like the way you are doing your PowerPoint, whereby you want to use image to illustrate the attention of people, like, okay, this is what you are trying to convey, to connect with them, just like you are buying into their to sympathy. The next thing you need to do, line up visual and be careful in writing. So you need to be very careful in the way you muggle your visual together, then the way you write your title, your headlines, it matters. Then use reference for inspiration. So what this the reference is speaking about is that you want to build a sales dashboard. You just don't go into the dashboard creation just like that. You need to look at what other people have done in the past. So you look at what they did better, how can you improve on that or your own work? When there is a competition, they will pick the best. So you now go into the Google, search for a dashboard, then you begin to create your own that's going to be a better version. Then you use and abuse Power BI powerful visual. This use and abuse Power BI visual is talking about how you are going to be formatting your visual so that you will not just be clustering everything together. So I'll be showing you some of those stuff one after the other and some of the helpful things that you need to note. So one of the things in identifying your audience is that you need to get attract attention of your audience. You need to attract their attention. And before you can attract attention of anybody, definitely what you are saying have to resonate with them. And another thing is that you need to facilitate understanding. Facilitate understanding is speaking to you too. You need to understand what you are saying. That's one of the things that you need to facilitate understanding. You need to understand what you are trying to, the problem you have solved, how you can convey it to them, and make memorable. It's just like try to create an impact at the end of the presentation. That's one of the things that you need to know in identifying your audience. So now identifying your audience and purpose. So these are the checklists that I've created together. Maybe in the next, maybe another class that we might have in the future, I might complete some of them, but this is what I just put together on this. You can use this checklist as initial question to get a clearer picture of your purpose. So who is the panel audience and what are their needs? You need to identify that. So this is not only maybe when you want to become a business analyst consultant, you understand when people meet with you, these are the questions you need to understand. Who are they? What do they do? How do they do it in their, you understand? You need to understand their business KPI so that you can be able to understand their needs, so that your own solution you are providing for them can be able to be suitable. What's the relationship between you and your audience? Relationship is speaking to when we have hierarchy in an organization or as a consultancy level, and you are to create a report, definitely you have a superior that you report to, and your superior, maybe your superior get another order from another superior. So when order is coming from hierarchy to your superior, the way he or she will communicate the correction or what you need to do to you, there might be a gap in communication. It might not convey it very well to you. So you need to be able to preempt what might be a gap in communication and what you need to do. So you need to understand what are the things that need to be done. So if you're collecting order from the direct personnel, you will be able to understand their pain, what they need to do. But if you have hierarchy of where the communication is coming to you, there must be some loophole, and then it might affect your report as well. So you need to understand the relationship between you and your audience. What do you want to get, or rather, what problem should we solve with this data? So after you understand your audience, then the data you have with you, the problem you are trying to solve with the data, you need to look at what are the things you need to do with it. Is the analysis that is expected from the dashboard already done today, and how? So you're just asking questions. So this, after you have done your data review, and the next thing is just to move to this stage. So you can still look at some solutions that have been done regarding this data. Like now, yesterday we are reviewing sales data. So what has been done on sales data? In this type of sales data, we have a product, location, sales person, and the likes. So you can check online what are the relationship, what are the type of analysis I can run with this. So those are the way you think when you are doing business KPI. You can even create insurance. We have insurance data whereby you look at type of savings, how many people patronize the insurance, what type of life insurance they do. So it's the same thing, the approach of solving problem in data analysis or business analytics and data analysis is almost similar. It's just that case study is different. I hope you get that. So the way you think about the data problem solving is still going to be the same channel, but the approach you are going to use almost identical, but just need a little difference. But there are some things that you need to understand, which are basic things like your all these checklists that I've just shared with you. Those are the things that you need to identify. So does it make sense to segregate the analyze on different pages according to the user profile? So what this one is talking to is that when you have a dashboard, is my dashboard going to be having 2 pages or 3 pages or 4 pages to demystify the information I want to dictate the information I want to share? There are some reports that you need to use more than 1 pages. There are some reports that you need to use 3 pages or more. So you need to understand what can be able to explain your data better. So when you have done identifying your audience and purpose, then before you begin to do your dashboard, you need to do some sketch. You need to like maybe pen down some of the idea that you need to do. Like, okay, in this dashboard, I must have a total sales. As part of what I need to do here, I must have this, I must have that. So you need to begin to understand all those things that you need to do. So those are the things that you need to put down. So I will show you how to draw a sketch. So I will show you how to draw a sketch. So there are different things you can use to draw a sketch. You can use Figma, Morphflow, Framework, Wi-Fi, Wireframe, Glyphy, Mockingbird. You can even use PowerPoint. A lot of things you can be done. And you can even do it inside Power BI as well. So these are different tools that you can use to draw a sketch. I will give you an example of that. So to direct your design, you can answer a few key questions. So which report or KPI are considered the most important and why? So this will help you and guide you when you are doing your sketching. So like now, this particular dashboard we are looking at here is looking at, okay, I need a total revenue. I want to understand my total cost, and then I want to understand my margin profit. You understand? So those are the things the business want to see. Then that's what you are going to provide. You understand? It's not like maybe you are now going to bring too many information that's not useful. You understand? So somebody is looking at his total revenue, then he's seeing his total costs, and then you can see his margin. Then you can now decide that, okay, in the next 2 weeks, I want to increase this margin from $1.60 million to maybe 5 point something million. So you already have his KPI. So if you are an analyst, you need to understand what is business need, so that you not just be running around the bush without anything to show for it at the end of the day. So for each report and KPI, what are the main dimensions to be used for analysis? If you look at the yesterday data for the products, we have different variable about products. We have different variable about location. We have different variable that we have there. But if you look at this particular sales dashboard, it's just looking at top 5 products by the total revenue. And then it's look at the supervisor that have a total revenue and total cost that they have there. And those are the things that you look at. It's just take a cognizant of. You understand? There is nothing like map or anything. You understand? That's the focus of the business. You get it? So so you need to understand what is need to be done. So will it be necessary to carry out scenario analysis? So scenario analysis is just like if you want to create iteration, like, okay, what about if we increase the total number of inputs? What output are we going to get? Or okay, what about if you increase our workforce? What's the total number of work that's going to be done? You understand? What about if we increase the total number of our outlets? What is the sales improvement that we are going to have? Just like you are doing iterations. You understand? Okay, what about if we increase the total number of the amount we use for campaign? How many of audience can we reach? You understand? So that's what if analysis does. Will the dashboard report be exported to the PDF? What screen size will it be displayed on? So now you want to present your dashboard. Like now, this dashboard here is being presented here. So you need to understand where are they going to be presenting it? Is it that the audience you are trying to present to, is they are the type that doesn't like maybe looking at presentation like this? They like it to be printed in the paper. You understand? So imagine you create a dashboard that is looking very beautiful. At the end of the day, the audience said they want it to be in the form of paper, and all the information you have, they are already, you understand what they call two tip. When you over a test and it's showing you some other detail, and you've already done a lot of work on that two tip. You understand? At the end of the day, they said, and on the bar, if you print it via PDF, you cannot see anything again. It's just only what you have written there. Like now, you can only see total revenue. This total revenue by year quarters now, if you click it, maybe it asks some another information that when you go around it, you understand. So now all those effort has been wasted. You get it. So you need to understand who is your audience and what are they actually need and which screen or in what platform would they be consuming your information. So another most important thing that people usually mix out is there a color palette to follow, company or client, and are there any color blind people in the user group? So what this is simply saying now is that whenever you want to build a dashboard, that first another thing you need to consider is that, or if you are doing your business analytic consultancy, you understand, you need to understand your client color. You understand? Every organization have their own color. If you look at DSN logo, the one we have here, you can see that we have red, we have deep blue, we have green, white. You understand? Those are the, if most of our, if you see any of our presentation outside, you see that those are the color we overrun. You get it? If you look at our in-house here, look at our window, look at the, you understand? The color line, that's the company logo. If you look at MasterCard, you see they are orange, you see white, you get it. If you look at all those GT, all those banks, they have their own color that they are using. But if you look at X Salad, they are using something like army green, something like that, Shabet. You need to understand the color. You understand? So in a scenario that you don't understand their color palette or they don't give you any color palette to use, what you need to do is to identify if there is a color blindness among the user. There are some people that cannot differentiate between red and green. You understand? You need to understand the color blindness, then you can be able to give because imagine if you ignore right on this report now, if the people that's going to be consuming might not even see difference in what you are presenting because it's a defect, so it's going to cause a lot of issue for them. So the next thing that you need to know is, does it make sense to segregate the analysis on different page according to the user profile? You know, this in this current world that we are in now, a lot of people are very busy. So is it that they need summary of all the reports in one page, or you want to give summary per product, per sales, per location on different pages? Do you understand? Some people just want it. They just only want a top headline of the sales. They want to see a location on the same page. They want to see location summary, sales performance, location, product performance, and daily trend of sales. Some people want to see detail of it, so you need to understand what is the requirement. So what level of detail do you want to finalize each metric? Is it necessary to use drill down? So now, in a case that you have done a summary on the page, you can create a drill down whereby when people click on your report, you can take them to another page to give more details about that report. So let me just speak more, a little more on the choice of the color. Choosing the right looks. The right looks is talking about, for that you need to answer some questions. What kind of dashboard I'm creating? What is the central line of thought of my panel story? What are the key metrics that drive actionable information to user? To facilitate the choice of visual, I always like to identify the main function of the graphic element I want to show. We can think of 4 functions. So what I'm trying to say here is that the dashboard we are building, it has different elements, different variables. You understand? So is it that you are doing a comparison, like you want to compare two variables together? Is it distribution, relationship, and composition? So distribution, I will show you. Okay, let me just show you some of the example of what I mean. Let me go there so that you can see. So I will send some link to us so that we can use it as a guide. I don't know how, okay, we that are here can as well get it. Let me just drop it. Yes, great. Okay. So this link, I will see that link. You can see different distribution of You can see different. Look at this. You can see different charts that we have here. Is it just like a hello? Okay. So it's just like a chart guide that's going to guide you on if you have a variable that you are comparing, what type of chart can you use? I hope you understand that. So let me give you another one that's more detailed compared to that one that can support this claim for you. So this is another one. So we can all use we can all check it out. So you can see the type of data, the type of charts you can use to compare your data. You can see what you can use to compare and which type of variable you can compare with. You can see change over time. What type of data you can use change over time for, and what type of feature actually resonates with that. If you are doing anything like ranking, the type of feature you can use to do your ranking. If you are doing spatial data, it's talking about location data. If you want to do part of a whole is speaking to when you have a scenario whereby we have 100% of it of anything, then you take a fraction of it, maybe 24% of people who attended a class did an exam. You understand? So when you are doing a fraction of a whole, so distribution as well, then correlation when you are looking at spatial distribution of the data, then a variable that have only single, you can see how that is being done, and also the different type of filter that you can use for your analysis to create your story. And all this is for Power BI. You can see that for a Power BI visual reference. Then the one you can use to create a narrative story. So these are we have a lot of this data. So you can see use this as a reference. So you know, you can just go through this website so that you can read more about how this is being done. So if you have any question, I will always be available to assist and provide guidance. So that speak more about the comparison, distribution, relationship, and composition. So this is just the link. I hope we've all got it here for most people on site. Are we able to get the link? Yeah, all right, that's good. So this is the dashboard. You choose the teams and maintain consistency. So now what I want to speak about choosing a teams and maintaining consistency uh, is very important when you are creating your dashboard that you have a pattern that you are following so that you won't let your audience be lost on the way. Let me check. So this is speaking to a color palette. So when you are picking your color palette, you understand, you need to maintain the color palette in a way, okay, like now you are showing your total revenue, still showing your total cost. You are now using the same color to distinct a particular items that are very different. If you look at this, the product group here by total revenue, you can see that immediately look at this purple color, you know that it's speaking to revenue since it's already been used. Anywhere you see that purple color is resonate to revenue. I hope you get that. When you look at I'm talking about the light purple. When you look at this, something like red here, it's speaking to total cost. And if you look at the icon background, it's like one color, you understand? So when we look at the product margin, we use light blue for the product margin, and not true. Anywhere you see that is speaking to product margin. So you need to maintain consistency. it shouldn't be maybe when you use purple here for return revenue, you still use it for total cost, use it for, so understand, you model everything up that even the audience doesn't even understand what you are working with. So this is one of the example from one of our friend here. So this is it. If you look at this, this is total revenue as well. Anywhere you see this color purple is meant for total revenue. When you see this blue, is meant for total cost. So the color already give you indication of what you are working on. So there are a lot of things that you need to understand about choosing your color theme, and which is very, very important not to get your audience lost. So I will be sharing with you some of the link that you can use to get your color palette right. So there are some things that you need to know. Some people always like a dark background. You understand? Why some people like to have a white background when they are doing their dashboard. Well, let me quickly share some of the link where you can take your get some ideas of how to pick your color. So this is a data color picker. This is one of the one that I actually love. I like it so much because it dictates what we need. So now, assuming now you are working on the data that have, let me think of one data. There is one data I will show you today. It's on our financial inclusion dashboard. We have some variable that has a category. Let's assume now you are doing data on school. We have JS1, JS2, JS3, up to SS3. That is about 6 variable. You understand? That means you need to use 6 different color that resonate with the theme. So definitely this particular color generator here, what you need to do, increase the number from 345 into 6. It will help you understand? It will help you to generate the color more. You understand? You can be able to pick one color for each one of them. Let's assume now this is the color that you have, and you want it to be a dark color. You can see that this color come out. You understand? If you want it to be in white background, you can see that it comes out. So it's already help you. You understand? This is one of the platform that I love most in terms of choosing color. You can see how to use it is even there. It show you some of the so now this is how to use it. You see the way it's being used. You see the way it's being used. This is in context, how to use it. There are a lot of things. You just need to do some read up on it. You see, so they give some example of different scenario of how it's being used. So I will like us to review it so that we can all make some take some advantages on the page. So okay. So I would like to move quickly to another stage. So I would like us to review that page so that we will not miss out on it. So, so yesterday, as I was discussing with you yesterday, I mentioned something about Power BI implementation roadmap. So, and I discussed during that session that we have about seven pillars of we have 7 pillars in Power BI implementation. So my own story today, I will inform you that we can call it 7 pillars of Power BI or Power BI implementation roadmap. So first of all, we need to do extraction. This is speaking to extracting data from your database, ERP database, Excel, SharePoint. You understand? Importing it to your Power BI is either into the cloud server or into Power BI desktop. So the next thing you need to do is to transform the data. After you imported the data, you transform it from the current state into another state, like for all those formatting, splitting, merging that you are doing yesterday. I hope we all recollect that. So that is transformation. It's cleaning and shaping of our data to proper format in Power BI query editor. So now the next thing after that is doing modeling. This is when you are creating and managing the relationship between your data. When you are creating a relationship between the data, like ensuring that you can filter from one table to another table. So the next thing we are going to be doing today, we are going to be working on, we are going to be building your foundation on how to do calculation on Power BI. Then from there, we are going to move to visualization, then like creating visual. The next thing is that we are going to be doing distribution, which speak to how to share your data. Then one last thing we are going to be working on today is automation, how we are going to automate the dashboard that we have built. So that's one of the things we are going to be working on today. So I I would like to dive into that now. So we'll be going into the Power BI proper now. Right. So is the so I'm just showing how the Power BI is being shared. If you look at this is the end report of the sharing. When you share your dashboard, you can be able to when you share your dashboard, this is how you can distribute it. You can see if I send this to the group now, let me send it to the chat. Everybody can see it. So it's not like though you understand. So let me share it and send it to the group now. This is one that was built during our last Power BI weekly class. So let it load. So I've sent it there. So I just want to show us some of the things that we can do with Power BI before, so that we can all have our own expectations. So now this is what I'm saying the other time. You can see that when you hover around it, it shows that this 2021 quarter one total revenue is about this. You understand? But when you convert it to PowerPoint, you cannot see all this figure again. So you need to understand your audience. That's what I'm saying there. So now another thing is if you hover around any of them, they are all showing here. So we can create a button. This is the button I was talking to yesterday. When you create all these, this one is to reset. We create it to reset. Maybe we use a filter on any of these page. Let us zoom. We click on any of these filter. This is what is called filter. Let's wait for it to show. So I hope you all understand what is meant by filter. So this is filter. So you can create a navigation portal. This is just a one-page report as it is. It's one-page report, but there are some things that we embedded in it to make it more interactive and detailed. So I don't know the network's normal slow, but let me just wait for it to load. Yeah? The No, this we are not building this, we are building another one. So I'm just trying to show you some of the things we can do with Power BI. You understand? This network is slow. Let me change the internet connection. Okay, you see now. So now it shows this is just using hierarchy to show some of the things that has been done. You understand? You can see that okay, the total revenue is this. From the total revenue that we have this percentage from food, percentage that came from beverage. On the beverage, which among the supplier give us the total amount that go into the food. You can see the way it comes. So if you look at the Me Too brother, how the Me Too brother, the only supervisor that is working on that project is Samuel Paul. So how does Samuel Paul seller make the purchase? This is it. So which type of product do they buy from David Senna? You can see it. So those are it gives you details of the sales. I hope you understand. You can cancel if you want to click, if you want to cancel it, you can cancel it like this. Just click this X button, remove level. If you remove level, it will go back. You understand? You can still do it again. You see, then you can remove the level. So the network somehow slow. Sorry about that. But I just want you to see some of the possibility that we have in this. Let me cancel this too. Let's just change the swap the internet connection. Okay. All right, you can just interact with dashboards over there. This particular feature doesn't support it online. The one that was used in top place here, but it's one of the exciting one that you might love to see. But on today class, let me move to today class. So another thing I want to I want to discuss today as well. I want to show you how to import data from the Google. Let me check. You think this is the data set. How to import data from web. I think I promised that I will do that. So let's look for one particular website that have one data online. Uh, what do you say? No, you want to scrape data from like when you have anything of one. You can that one you need API if when you connect to API. So let's check. The one I'm talking about, let's go to Cindy, let's see the one we can. I want to show you the type of one I'm talking about. Let me check what population. Okay. So this is let's assume we have this world population data. You see, we have this world population data set, and you want to scrape this data. You get it. What you just need, you just need to copy the URL. You understand? You just need to copy the URL. You go into your Power BI, go to your Power BI, go to your transform. I hope you see this is where we stopped yesterday. So we put there. I just want to briefly discuss this. So by 11, we start our work proper. So go to news source, go to web. So just when you copy the URL, it's going to the basic, click OK, and you click this. So use anonymous. So it will connect to that website. So it will show you all the content that is on that website. So that was one of the ways to. So it's already establishing a connection. So let's wait a bit. So you can also with Power BI we can connect to different varieties of data. So see it's because it's fetching from the website. Can you see now? Can you look at your screen? So you can see now that you already have the data that's been scrapped from the website. So if you want to see each of the data, so what we have on this page, see this page, when you are building a website, you have a page section that they build, you understand? This particular one here is one heading, where we have map here, another heading. All this, all this place here is another heading. This place here is another table heading. So the way the headings are here, these are the way it's going to be scraping the data. So it's now depend on the one you want to use that you import. So let's be checking it one by one. What population clock? You see it here. You can see that if you look at the table, where you have that report, you see this the table one. If you are using now, you can see the world population now. You can see it here now. You can see table two. You can see territory, country, and population by area. You can see 2021, 2011, you can see the population. And most of these data you are even seeing here, most of them are not even visible to you there. But Power BI can scrape it for you without have to write any code. You get it? So it's a low code platform. So this is another table, you can scrape data. And one exciting thing about it is that if you use this to create a portfolio for your own dashboard, you understand, the data will be auto updating. As they are updating that website with data, this Power BI will be fetching data from there and you'll be auto updating. So you don't need to just be going there to go and update again. You just need to set up. So let's assume now we want to import one of these data. Let's import this. If I want to import, you just select the one you want to import, then click OK. So immediately you click OK, just like as our usual way. You want to format data, you do your formatting. You can see 2022 data, 2020 data. So all the data that they have available. So this is it. So this is the data. You can all see it there. Then you can use it to do anything you want to do. You can do your data transformation with the data by maybe you want to remove kilometer square from this. You can separate this by space, do your necessary data cleaning. Then you have your data. So another data that I want to show you how to import is how to import Google Sheet data. Let me create one Google Sheet data. So I'll be using which data should we use among this data? Okay, let's use this product data. So let's assume you have a data on Google Sheet. You want to create, you can create a survey using your Google form. You understand? And when you create let me do- so when you create a Google form, your data come into Google Sheets. So now, when it comes to that Google Sheets, you want to create a visualization that's going to be picking on that data directly. You understand? Like now, you create a survey, or maybe you want to know about how people felt about your products, and you already send the form to them. But you don't want to be going to the forms again. You understand? You can create a dashboard connecting to that Google form. It's just be up to updating. As people are giving their response, you'll be seeing you already build your dashboard for the total metrics you want. You understand? So you'll be seeing the report there directly. So I'll just show you two ways to do that. So you can let me paste it. Assuming now this is the response that you have. I want to paste that particular data. This is the data that you have on your Google Sheet. You can have it in many sheets. You can have as many as you want. Let's do this. Let's do this. This business analytics class is just to introduce you to possibility of what and to ignite your passion that you can do much more better than this, like by continuing learning. You understand? So we might not be able to cover a lot of things, but majority of things that you need to get you started, you understand, will already be provided to you. We already gave you data camp access. You understand? We want you to continue the learning. Another thing is just to support the momentum with different classes that we are running. So now we have sheet one and sheet two. You can have as many sheets as the case may be. So now the first scenario, let me just do this as web test. So if you create a form and you want to look at your Excel sheet and your Google sheet, this is how it always come out as well. So now, the first thing you need to do, you create share. You create share. So you change this particular form restrict into anyone can view. You can make it to be anyone can view, or you can make it editor. Either of the two. You get it? It's still the same thing. You can make it to be editor or view. So just copy this link. When you copy this link, the next thing you need to do is this. Okay, let me open one so that uh, let me open this word up. I want to use this so that we can all see it. So now this is this. So this is the link. What you need to do is this. Let me show you this. This is the link that we copy. This is the link that we get from the. So I want to show you the difference. You see, this edit. We change this edit. Edit we change to. Edit we now change to export. You change it to export. You get my point? The edit that we have here, we change it to export. This USP, this USP, this USP we change to format. Sorry, format. You get my point? This sharing we change to XLX. You get my point? So now let's do that now. So I'll be changing them here. So I'll change this one to XLX. Then, as I said, this one will be format. Then this one will be what? Export. So you immediately do that. So just copy it. You understand? I just do this so for you to see the steps of what we have done. I'm trying to make it more simpler as the case may be. So what you need to do, open your Power BI as usual, go to web, you understand? But when you do that, you paste, you get my point. You click OK. Sometimes before you can have access to this, it has to be a Google Sheet that you have access to. You understand? It might ask you to log in. You get it? Because I already have that particular email being connected to Power BI. Like I've signed it, used it before. So that's why it's not asking me to sign in. You understand? You sign in with a Google email account that you used to create that file. If somebody shared the file with you, you can use your email to sign in as well. So now you can click it, you see the data, you see the sheet one and sheet two, then you import it as usual. You get my point? So you can import it, the one you want to import. So that's one approach. The second approach is depend on, there are some cases whereby if you did everything that you need to do after you have done everything, but the file is giving you problem. It's not doing the right thing that I'm supposed to do, like importing data, and you don't have more time to be looking at where the errors come from. I hope you understand that kind of scenario, whereby like now as I'm presenting now, I want to do this, I want to show you how to do this. At the end of the day, it was not working. You understand? There's still another way you can go about it. Like you go to file, when you go to file, you go to, where is that? Go to share, click publish to web. You understand? So here we have link and embedded. Get it? Link is there. So this link, I'm using link. If you want to use embedded, is I want to embed this particular Google sheet to your website. But if you use link, this entire document is speaking to, is it a particular sheet you want to publish? You understand? Or is it all the two sheets you want to publish? I hope you are following. Assuming you want to publish only, I want to see all the sheet on this particular Google sheet, so I'm using the entire document. You understand? If you don't want the entire document to be seen on the Power BI, just use only the one, just select any of the sheets that you want to use. So now I will click on publish. So I checklist it. Okay, you see now it has been published. So you can still look at sharing. If you want to stop publishing the data, you can stop it here. Automatically publish when changes are made. You understand? It will be auto refreshing. So now I can copy the data here. So when you copy the data, so if you want to import it to Power BI, you don't need to do it like this one that we did the other time. You don't need to come here again. You don't need to, like, you want to do some other editing. What you just need to do, you just paste it to the to this particular web directly. So it's possible it will work very well. You can see that it has been published. So if you want to look at it, you see now, you see if you want to look it at the web view, you understand this is sheet one, this is sheet two. Can you see that? So that is how it works. If you want to look at it as a table, this is the format. I hope we are following. So then you click OK and you import. So that is the procedure of importing data using web. And it's the same thing for if you want to use all those cargo of a thing that you're talking about, just go to their page. But the data have to be on the body of that website, you understand, so that you can scrape it. But if it's to connect to some other, so at times it require you sign in. You see that when I'm connected to that particular data source, it's talking about basic and advanced. You understand? When you are working with some company that you are doing consulting for, they already have password where you can log into their website to access some data. You understand? So you need to get some login before you can access it. I hope that is understood. So you cannot just connect to private website and fetch their data. You need to have access like login. They will give you the login that you use. So I will be. So now from what we did yesterday, we work on sales people, product, location, customers, and also we work on the sales table. So the two data I just imported now, I will not enable load for them so that we will not affect our work. So which other ones are important? Yes, those are the two. So I'll be going back to where we stopped yesterday. So from that yesterday session, we have already discussed how to create your data modeling, like create relationship Who tried that yesterday from apart from the after we finished ended the class? You try to create relationship. Juwon Sarumi. So you can connect your personal double sheets. It's my personal double sheet I just connected to. Even if not your own personal one, the one that's been shared with you, you can actually uh, connect to it. So you can connect to any of the Google Sheets. It doesn't need you to have a professional email or you don't have any professional email. It doesn't have to be that. You can connect to anyone. All right. You can see a lot of people who work on relationship. So please, for the people on site, please you don't understand anything. Please kindly let me know. We all get it. So all right. I would like you guys to connect to. So for the people online, you to try and connect to one website online. Let me look for one website online. Let me see how you guys are going to do that. Which website can we use? Uh, Let me look at one data. So now, I have this data, unemployment rate by country. So I will share this data with everybody. I will want you to launch your Power BI now and connect to it. So I don't know how. I hope you see the way I search for it. So I want you to connect to it. Let me send it to the chat. So I want everybody to connect to this data on their Power, using their Power BI. So let me see who gets that. To connect to unemployment rate. So are you able to access it? So just click world unemployment rate by country. Then you see this table. Get my point? Then move from there. So let's do that in the next we start by 11. We start the class proper again by 11:20. So let me walk around and see what people are doing. So we are not going to take more time. I'm just going to look at 2 or 3 people. So for the people online, kindly connect to this and share your screenshot of it. So while you are doing that, let me go back here. I hope you all have access to the link now. All right. All right. We do that. We do that. So we have 2 minutes more. All right. So for the people online, expecting the screenshot of you connecting to that particular website. So you can even match the data with any other data as we have the other data in your sheet as well. All right, well done. I'm missing. Well done. So start again. The idea is generally the same thing. So every other data source in Power BI is just that method you can use to connect. You just need to get a login. Power BI is very easy to use in terms of that. So now, yesterday we discussed about how to create relationship, which is one of the things we discussed. So these are fact table and these are dimension table. They all have their connection relating to sales table. So now, from what we just discussed this morning, we discussed about having a sketch of what we want to do, and then be able to use that idea based on those 9 steps of what I discussed. So for one of the things we are going to be doing now is that for this sales table, if you look at this sales table, which is one of the key outputs of the market, we have the customer, location, order, price, product ID, purchase date, quantity, sales person ID. And also from the data that was shared with you, there is this particular data there, uh, Power BI date table. Do you all have it? I guess they said they share it with you on your platform. They haven't shared the slides, but the data is one of the things that you need. It's only the data. Okay, all right. How can I share it with you guys? All right. What I will do is that I will send it to you before the end of the class. All right. Yeah, I can use Flash to share it. Okay. So what this the thing about this Power BI date table is that instead of you to the way what is going, you understand, we want to automate every process. Instead of you to be learning how to create a date table, be doing a lot of rigorous work, you understand. This has automated for you. What you just need to do, just open this date table when you get it, double click it, is a notepad file. When you open it, this is what you are going to see. You see, it's a lot of formula that has been written there. So you don't need to do anything there. Just copy it. You understand? Copy it. Go to your Power BI. This transform is going to be the last thing we are going to be importing, which is, so it's just going to be our date table. So now come to new source, go to blank query. When you click blank query, this is where we are now. You see this place that we have the cursor, where I have my cursor now. When your cursor is here, click on advanced editor just to make it more wider. That is the purpose of that. So this is where you put your query. You call it M code. So just delete everything that you have in that place. Paste that information that you copy from that file. Then click OK. M code. Just like a machine learning query code. You know, all those things that you are writing here, all those things that we did here yesterday, like if you look at this, it's writing some script here. So something like that. So that's what was used to do this as well. You understand? It's not something you see now. So immediately you click OK, you click done from that page, it will show you this date parameter. So what you just need to do now, check your table, your data table. You can see what's your minimum year and maximum year. 2018 and 2019 and 2020, right? So you can look at your minimum date in that particular year. So you get that on the sales table. We have it be you can sort this one to check. You can even sort it from here. You can even sort it. You don't need to sort it from here. You can go to your sales table that you match. Let's sort it here. Purchasing date. You just need to understand it doesn't matter to use the date that we have here. It's not mandatory to use this date. You can look at your small low the minimum date that we have. We have January 1, then look at the maximum date. maximum dates. We have keep June 30. So you can set your date query beyond that, or you can set it up exactly that. So just click on start date. That is, just click on start date. So that is 2018, right? So you can use this one to make it more faster. Use this other one here. Then is it. Then go to the end date. The end date is not 2020, right? You can make it to be, that one is May. You can drop it as May 30, and you can even go beyond that. Like, okay, I want it to be December. So any data that come in for the end of the year, they already have their dates been, you understand? You can come back here to edit it again. So your financial year start on the first of on the January, you understand? Then click OK. You see, you already generate your date table for you. Can you see it now? You can have every scenario of dates as been generated. You can see the date calendar, year, quarter of the year, month of the year, day of the month. You understand January. You get it. You have everything being spelled out here. You get that. So you can now come here, rename it as date, name it as date, and you are good. So this is the query data that was used before. So it's not replacing it. So this is it here. And there's some other thing you can still do in your Power BI to make it more clean. I can create. No, 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 no. I want to arrange it like all the data that I'm using. I want to put it to a group. Just highlight them, create a new group. You understand? I want to data model, data model, so that they will be inside a group. The data that I'm using there are too many. So now, I'm not using all this one. So that's why they are here. So you see the classification, arrange it so that my data will be very neat. You understand? You see it's very neat now. So you can see the one I'm using. So that's one of the important that part aspect. That's one of the things you do in that aspect. So let's close and apply. So now we need to create one more relationship now between our date and our sales table so that we can filter by date. So so we copy the information on that notepad and we paste it into the blank query. So thank you, Apply Bankole, for helping out answer that question. So now we have our date now, as was being discussed yesterday. We are told that we can create a relationship by just picking this, look for where we have a date, then the relationship will be there. So we are done with the relationship we are trying to create. So now let me clear this place. So from this particular data, when you come to this place, you see the table that we have here. These are our sales table. These are our sales table. This is sales table that we have. So the business analysts in the house are online. So what do you want us to calculate? So trying to, can I get a plain sheet? Sorry, let me get a plain sheet here. have the next 30 minutes to create the dashboard we want to build. So we are going to be we are going to fast about it. So now we want to create this dashboard. So what are the things that we actually need that we want to track? So let me ask from you guys. So we need from this sales, we need the total sales, right? We want to see the total sales, isn't it? What do you say? Eh? You have issue with it? And now you just all you just need to do, click on this thing, copy it, go to your you can even see the query editor here. You can see the blank query here. Click on blank query. When the blank query comes up, you you just need to click here because some information are here already. So you can't just paste it directly. It will module up. Okay, now click on this advanced editor. This editor page. Advanced editor means that you want to expand it. You see now, you see something are there already. So assuming you paste this thing here now, assuming you paste it here, it will affect, you see it's showing that token error. So that's why I'm saying that when you open that page, first of all, clean everything that you have there and paste that particular variable. You see no syntax error have been detected, then you click done. It will work. You get that? So when it works, then you go back to that query again. You select the minimum and maximum, then the first maybe January, or we want to make it your financial year, then you click that. So now from this particular data, we want to create. So what are the things we want to create? Let's say we want to, on this dashboard, we want to create a total sales. Want to create total. Let me use things like dot do. There's one page like that. It's called dot do. Working again. Okay. Let me use this. So what are the things that we want to calculate here? So let's okay, we want to calculate our, I want to say total, I want to say our total, what's total sales. Let's say we can calculate our total sales here. Total sales. And we see we have purchase date and date, the one at the top, they are of the same format, so you put them together. So let's calculate the total sales. Let's calculate the total costs. Total costs. Then let's calculate our profit margin. Let's calculate our total profit. Total profit. Total profit. And then let's calculate our profit margin. So you need to be very good in your math calculation of profit margin. You understand what? So assuming these are the things we want to calculate, these are the key highlights the management want to see. Then we can now begin to look at, okay, I want to look at this. Do I want to see this by products? Let's say I want to see I want to see a trend. Okay, let me okay, let me use as a card here. I want to see maybe one particular product being shown here. I want to see maybe another, maybe by sales region. I want to see the sales region here. Then another thing we have sales. Okay, I want to see a map that have a locations. I want to see the location where the sales was being sold. Let me assume we have. I want to see a map of that where the product is being sold. I want to see a place where the product is being sold. So that's how you begin to do your mental calculation. Then I want to then okay. So is so you just begin to do your. But these are the things we want to calculate. Sure. We want to look at total profit margin. Then let's go to Power BI. Let's do inside Power BI so that we will not waste much time doing the framework. So first of all, we are going to be looking at picking our data column. So which color from what we've studied today, which color should we use from here? Where is that color? So so we have different color picker that we can use. You can use it to generate different color. You understand? You have another color picker that you can use as well. This one as well. We have this one here. And help us to you want it help us to do the color. You understand? You can do divergence, this divergence. You can do qualitative. You understand? It can help you to guide your color blind if you want to you understand this will help you on color blind. So you want so different things can use with color. You remember our data classes. So you want your data classes to be 6 or 7 or thereabout. You want it to be 4. It will show you 4 color of a thing. You want to be sequential. Let's look at divergency. So you want to pick this color, you can pick this. Let's check this. Which one do you want us to use? These people don't know color. Which one? Eh? Or should we go? We should pick the one that we have here. And where is it? Let me check. Let me check. Okay, let's look at single. Okay, like let's use this one. Uh, let's see the way this look on background, on white background. Okay, this one is fine. So we come and pick color here when we are done. You understand? So let's go ahead with our dashboard. So uh, you know what I need to do with this mic. I can't use my two hands. So now, so what I want to do now, I'm just going to give you a framework of how to just build dashboard. I've already know that the key thing I'm looking forward to 4 main points, which is total sales, cost, total profit, and profit margin. So what I need to do, build the start. So I'm already done with my relationship building. So what first thing I need to do? There is something you need to do. Like I don't want to be writing my measure and everything be entering in different table. So when you want to start your calculation, you are now into calculation. So click on enter data. Then you click on enter data. This place, name it your key measure. Put is measure, key measure. So when you're done, just click OK. it will come to this place. You understand? Uh, So key measure already come here. So let's go to our sales table here. So to get our total sales, what is going to be the formula for total sales? Eh? Quantity times price. Exactly. So what you need to do, go to new, click on the, uh, come to this place. Okay, click on new measure here. Just type it. Go online. I hope you can hear me. So you have to understand that. So what we that done in 20 minutes. So that says. So for the people online, I hope you are hearing me. So that says equal to what? Sharing is what? Policy. So we are going maybe in the next class when we are going to have some share the update anything or other class. So there's something we have different formulas, right? You want to quantity or let me just if you want to create a calculation in this case, you want to create it inside the table. Click on it to click on it to see that what is what happened to that was what is the formula for the that was mean four times what is happening to so the next thing is you want the black board. So you need to get that from half of it. That is just the calculation just like when you are eating right, The data that we use has the same value. Right. Let me add more. So let me add, I think the raw data we are using, we have the same, we have the same data, or they have the same value. So they are not, well, okay, uh, that's why you can see. Okay, yeah, well, okay, this way we don't have maybe, what you say? Oh, So where we have the problem is that if you look at the price and the cost, they are the same thing. So we need to work on that data, like giving some of the data value that for the global thing. To conclude yes, yes, yes. Can you take okay? Okay, let's do so that's one of the things. Let me get this part of the laptop back. No, this laptop. So what I'm doing now is that I'm using another account to calculate it now. Really work. Okay, so quick one. So what I've done now is that instead of using this thing calculation to analyze the graph, that's one of the challenges that why have to do. So some of we have a lot of products and also a lot of seed that has been done. So the products when we put it here already calculated, like you can see some of the figure are almost similar. When we use the table calculations, that is when we create our calculation using column. Where is this? So when you use column calculation, it was giving us some wrong calculation, as we all can see, that we are having zero as total profit. You get it? But now, so what we have done now is that I use measure. Measure is just about when you are using not your normal normal calculator to do it to aggregate the calculation. So let me drop it here. Let me drop it for a particular product. Let me do for a one particular product. Let me drop it here. Let me drop this particular product here. Then let me drop it sales. You have the total sales here. You have the total profit here. You have the total cost. You can see now that this one is calculated more better. You understand? You get what I'm saying? You understand? So now what I've done now is that instead of whenever you are using table calculations, like you say column calculation, most of the formulas sometimes always giving you error, like giving you wrong for information. You get what I'm saying? You see the way we are having issue with being able to get the correct answer here. So that's one of the challenges and limitation of using calculated column. But when you are using measure, you will be able to. So this is one of the formulas that I've used. Look at the total sales. So instead of me to use sum of all this, the other one we're using sum. So I'm using iteration formula. Iteration formula is this sum x. You understand? Let me show you one of the difference between sum x and so this is one of the importance of you have difference between uh, sum x and sum. You can see you see we use sum x when there is a need for the row by row calculation. You get it? You could understand. So those are one of the things that it does. It helps us to look at every places where we have this particular things being done in my case. So it calculates this for us by table, right? Understand? For each of the table that match the products. So that's what the sum x does for us. Assuming the other time when we are using this was using sum, generating the sum for everything together. You understand? It was not okay now, as we are all here, you have your own sales, he has his own sales, you understand? So for the sum, normal sum, it will calculate the same sum for you, for him. It will give you the same figure for everybody. For the sum mix, he's doing the addition per row. For row one, this is total sales for it. For row two, this is total sales for it. So it's giving what each and individual sold. You understand? So that is one of the things that one for. The only place where you use the normal sum, when you use the normal sum, is when you want to calculate maybe just only this column alone. You get it? So this, which is one of these places, like let me look at total sales. So on this total sales as well, assuming we already have the price and table somewhere, we can just use just normal sum. You understand? But since we are multiplying two tables together to give us a final figure, so we have to use the sum x. So I know that we already bump into other people's time, but let me just use like just 5 minutes to create a demo of our dashboard. So next, when you write your formula, you write your title, that want to start any of the want to start by focus depend on what you want to create. Um, that's what what is information that we have here. Okay, that this key nation that I created here, just collect all our nation, all the application of our phone. Maybe I create one of the tools that I'm showing here, the comfort. So now that it's not showing like the calculator. That's what I'm saying, that time. So, then like, then calculate. So this is all. Follow that word. see that the height is 62 point. That's how you picture that. Like, that's how you when you want to you want to come out more than work, why you want to take your work, you sign in, have the phone, ask me to sign it. You want to save your life, you want to how to focus on your experience coming back to my sure work with that was the you want to share your life with other people for 5 years. Okay, so share as a website portal where you were paid in the website or publish as a publish web. If it's a publish web, everybody who doesn't have their account. So I'll be sending the Fabian file out to you. I'm sending it to you. How we are going to have a product because the main dashboard. Because the main dashboard. For some of for some people are asking for the popular dashboard. Let me just go to you know why. But when I share the file with you, don't click on it. Let me share the link with you. We'll be expecting your question from that, for your group, make another platform that so the file, let me just drop the file there. Edit. Okay, so for the people on the call, I've dropped the file to chat room there, so it's all about it. So, okay, also, I think before the close of work, your exercise work was test. Let's share with everyone. Before yeah, the video will be on. Yeah. The video is like, okay, I'll send you the admin. All right. I already shared it with the people. I will share it. Yes, now let me copy it. You get it. All right, we are going to do that. Yeah. Next week, next week, stick around for the Python data analytics Python. Okay?